Hello. Hi, everyone. Good evening, or good morning, good day, good afternoon. Hi, everyone. It's Phobos. I'm back. Hi, Hero. Hi, Sailor Rose. Nice to see you guys here. Hi, Maslow. It is the Phobos. It is I. Sometimes I wait for a little bit in the waiting room just because I I get a bit nervous to start the stream, and I just kind of sit there and kind of psych myself up because I still get nervous going live. Hope you guys don't mind too much. But today my voice is a tad bit shot. Reason being, I just got back from a friend's place, and we had a lot of fun hanging out. The whole group of us, we played some Mario Party Jamboree, the one on the Switch, and safe to say, I think I laughed a bit too loud and yelled a bit too much, and now my throat's kind of going through it. So hopefully it doesn't show too much. I'll try my best to yap, but I'm gonna try to not strain my voice too much today. So I might be a bit more quiet today, if that's okay. Bro might have crashed out. Yeah, that's true. I kind of did. Well, my voice crashed out. My throat is going through it, so yeah, I'm gonna be taking lots of sippies of water today. But anyway, how is everybody doing? How are you guys? What are you guys up to today? Like I said, I did just hang out with a friend, and then I had some yummy pancakes for dessert right before I came back, and it was so sweet. I had a pancake that was s'mores. It was s'mores flavored, and it was filled with too much sugar. Let me tell you that. I don't think it was doing favors for my throat, to be honest. I probably shouldn't have had the whole thing to myself, if I'm being honest. I'm gonna need a sugar fast for a while. Hi, Himwo! Nice to see you here. I do need warm liquids. I probably should have made some tea before this, but it's okay. I've got a bottle of water next to me. Yeah, take it easy. Yeah, it'll be a pretty chill stream. I'm mostly gonna be brainstorming for the most part. I have kind of a rough idea of what I want my logo to look like, but it's not fully fleshed out. I have the font ready. I saw a font that I really liked, and I wanted to work with it. So yeah, that's kind of what sparked this this stream. It's because I got inspired when I saw this really nice font. So yeah, hope you guys can just relax and chill with me while I do some designing. I should preface that I'm not an expert designer. I have experience with design, but I wouldn't say I'm too good at it. If you can tell from my thumbnail, graphic design is my absolute passion. But yeah, let's begin, I guess. I also wanted to just chat a little bit about how my week has been. It's been a bit of a whirlwind of a week. Well, it's been a whirlwind of a couple weeks for me since I went on my trip. And then afterwards, it's been nonstop traveling, working, pushing out art projects, and very, very little sleep. So I'm a pretty sleep-deprived manticonth. But yeah, I'm slowly recovering this week. Slowly recovering this week. I think I'm finally, now that I'm back from my work trip, I'm finally able to take a bit of a breather. So I'm looking forward to catching my breath a little bit. Ooh, that's tiny. Okay, let's see. Let's make that really big, just so it's workable. By the way, I'm sorry if you can hear my clicks. I don't think that my mic is properly suppressed, so you might hear some clicks here and there, but you know, treat it like ASMR, I guess. Written. Let's try 200. Whoa. Whoa. Oboe. Oboe. Why is the line break so big? Oops. But yeah, hope everyone's doing okay. I know the week kind of just started, but hopefully you guys are hanging in there. My week has been a little bit turbulent, I have to admit. So... Oh, I want to talk about how I spent my last few, like my recent week. One singular phobo, yeah. Phobos is plural. We are an omnipotent beings. So recently I went to a concert, guys. I went to a show. Yeah. I actually went to see Ado. You guys know Ado? Yeah, I went to see Ado because a bunch of my friends went and I decided, you know, why not? So I went to see Ado and it was an interesting experience. Like I've never been to, I don't think I've ever been to a full concert that like full on didn't like they full on prohibited you from taking any pictures. Like videos maybe, but pictures. Hi Line. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for dropping by. Oh my god, I'm so envious. Yeah. It was really fun. I think that was my first time. Well, yeah, it was my first time seeing her. It was a very interesting concept because, as you guys know, Ado is, well, she's basically like a VTuber in real life, right? She she doesn't reveal her face, so you can't see. I don't know if you guys have ever seen what her concerts look like videos and pictures, but basically they have her stand inside, like she performs inside a box, like a cage. And the cage is, well, it's not because of the cage, but she performs right in front of a huge screen, right? And that screen is like flashing. It's flashing all sorts of light. So it's all backlight. So you can never see her face. All you can see is her silhouette. And I thought that was really interesting. It's a very interesting, like I was wondering, because she's a faceless performer. I really wondered how they would pull it off. And yeah, I wasn't expecting that, you know, relying fully on backlight and trusting that the backlight doesn't betray your your face. Like doesn't show your face. I thought that was so interesting. Yeah, check out this font, guys. I really liked it. And you have not seen its full power because there's a few... They have like a few fancy fonts. I can't remember. Let me see. Hi, Chidori. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Where do I find the... Oh no. Ligature. Insert special characters. Oh, glyphs, right. There it is. Ta-da! Oh, you guys can't see it. But I have, so the special thing about this font is that they have, these, well, I'm not too familiar with typography, but this font has a bunch of ligatures, so that means, let me show you. Some of the letters have special characters that, for instance, you can connect them. Let me show you an example. So for example, this PH, I want to turn into like a fancy PH. Now, see, now I have like a fancy PH. And it was, yeah, it's made specially for this font. Am I doing this in InDesign? No, this is Illustrator. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm subscribed to the Adobe overlords. Reminds me of a bit ago when she did her meet and greet, and yeah, she sticks her hand out of a box. You know, I think VTubers should do that. I think that's a great concept for VTuber meet and greet. And then you could have like the screen on the box. That would be like you're really shaking hands with the VTuber. You know, you don't even have to break immersion. Fancy PH for the Philippines. Oh, Philippines represent. Yeah. There's a bunch of other. So this font I think has over 100. I want to say I remember there being about 130 something ligatures. So a lot of different, like these combinations. There's about 130 of them or so. Yeah, it's pretty neat. So at the concert, my friend, so you know, as concerts go, they always have merch booths, and my friend was dead set on getting merch. So because we came in pretty late, like I think we came about an hour before the show was due to start. And I heard that people were in line to buy merch since, I don't know, it was like 10 a.m. in the morning or something. Or even earlier. I think they were there since 5 a.m. because I think the merch line started really early. And so we kind of missed out on a lot of the merch. Like, my friend really wanted to get the light stick. And it's a really neat looking light stick. So the light stick is like, it's got a blue rose in it because the theme of this concert is a blue rose, or either that or that's kind of her emblem, right? So the light stick has it's kind of like, think of Beauty and the Beast, you know, like a rose in the jar. So it's like a blue rose in a glass case kind of aesthetic. It's pretty neat, but it costs, oh my god, the price was insane. But yeah, despite that, it was completely sold out by the time we got there. So my friend was really disappointed. But then they decided to get a bunch of photo cards because they had photo cards. They had photo cards for sale, and obviously they were blind box photo cards, right? Sorry, I'm just trying to find if they have an OS that I can use. And basically, the stores, and they had about 4 stalls of merch. They were all sold out on the photo cards. Yeah, it was nuts. They had they had a handful of pieces left, maybe like 5, like less than 10 pieces. And my friend said, I'll take the whole stock. He didn't even know how many was left, but he just said, like, I'll take the whole stock. He did not care. I bought a couple myself, but nowhere near as many as he did. I think some conventions have done a thing where VTubers control a robot and meet fans. Oh, really? That's pretty cool. Is Offkai doing that? I think they should. Auto fans don't mess around. That is true. That is true. They do not mess around. Mind you, 5 a.m. is a good 13 hours before the show was supposed to start. So yeah, think about that. Yeah, I didn't do that. I didn't even know that the merch line opened so early, but yeah, anyway. So my friend gets a bunch of random photo cards. And apparently there's 7 different variants of the photo card, right? And then apparently there's one variant that's apparently it's a secret, like a secret rare. It's a secret rare card, and it's hologram, it's got the sparkles. And my friend pulls that. And then we were Googling. So we were Googling what the prices, well, not the prices, like we were Googling the lineup for the cards, right? And we saw one result where someone had sold it for, I think it was 120 pounds, like GBP. Like, what? That's crazy. The image of a VTuber screen on wheels coming up at you at a convention is really funny. Yeah, but that's what Pixel's been doing, right? They've been doing that at various cons. I really want to see it. I really want to see it in real life. I've never seen that. That would be so... Yeah, I would... Like, I don't care what VTuber you are. If I saw a VTuber on wheels, I would come up to you and say hi just because it's such a novel sight, Yeah. So anyway, he pulls this secret rare card, and we see that someone sold it online for 120 pounds, right? So the first thing we thought of was, why don't you trade that card with someone who has a light stick? Right? Naturally. Yeah, I mean, unsurprisingly, no one was willing to do that. Then we found out there was more merch selling outside the venue, which was it was away from the other merch stalls. So we were hoping, like, oh, okay, maybe this stall might have the light stick that you want. So we go there, and unfortunately, no dice. But what they did have was more photo cards. So what does my friend do? And I'm sure you can see where this is going. Of course, he buys another, I don't know, was it, I know he ended up purchasing upwards of 10 or so. But yeah, he bought a bunch more. Opened it on the spot. And get this. 7 out of the cards that he opened, or, well, okay, no. At least 5 of the cards he opened was that secret rare card. And we're like, no, there is no way. There is no way someone paid £120 for this. That's unbelievable. And then we see a group of people who are trading cards, right? And some of them were holding light sticks, and we said, you know, it doesn't hurt to try. We've got a bunch of cards. Like, just ask them if they want to trade. Who knows? Maybe it is rare. As it turns out, everyone else had dupes of that secret rare card as well. So was it really rare? Perhaps not. But yeah, that was pretty disappointing, but it was funny nonetheless. It's funny that we got so excited over it at first, thinking that it was rare. But we live and we learn. Yeah, no, I'm not even kidding. So my friend and I, we also, like my other friend and I, we also bought the photo cards, right? I bought one, and my friend bought 2 or 3. And like none of us pulled that secret rare card. Or maybe like one of us pulled one. But my friend, the first dude, he was opening that same secret rare one after the other. Again and again and again. 5 times in a row. We were so... Yeah, our jaws dropped. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, goes to show, don't be too eager to purchase air quotes limited goods at such a high price, because they might not be that rare. Might be easier to find than you think. And then after we did all the trading and stuff, we bumped into a couple of other concert goers who were holding some cards out, right? And at this point, my friend was, I think he had 6 out of the 7 variants. And this girl, she had the one card that he needed to complete the full set. And my friend had the one card that girl, like, she needed to complete her set. So it was like a perfect trade. And then her friend had a couple of extra cards, and he just gave me one. He gave me one, and I think he gave my friend another one because they were dupes, and he said he didn't need them. So we essentially got free cards. Yeah. It was so nice of them. I mean, they didn't have to do that. But yeah, it was really cool of them to do that. So now I have like a couple more cards, and like I started off with one card and I ended up, I think by the end of the night I had like 5 or 6 cards after people started giving me theirs. But yeah, it was really nice. People are so generous. You remind me of the time a friend bought a very precise pocket scale only to weigh booster packs because foils are heavier. Are they really though? I am of the opinion that they're less heavy. I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't think a pocket scale can tell you that. The collector. I wasn't even trying. I purchased one and then people just started giving me their cards. It's very nice of them. Like, I think my friend ended up giving me some of his cards because he bought so many and he figured he had a lot of dupes anyway. So he gave me his dupes. Is there an HA? Oh, I'm terrible at multitasking. Here I am talking about my Ado concert experience. And I'm barely touching this logo. I swear there's an SH though. SH. That was a Mew is under the truck level room. Yeah, I'm sure. If it was that easy to cheese blind boxes, I think we'd all be rich. You know? Where are you, SH? Oh, well, there is a fancy H. But it's not a connecting... Seems like they don't have it. Oh, wait, no, I have DR. Oh, okay, I have this. There's no OS. I do want to turn the O's, at least one of the O into a moon, or put a star in it. No, I probably want to turn it into a moon so that it fits my my current concept. So I'm okay with this O being a normal O. Regarding your logo, do you have a favorite font or Oh, I don't. I'm not great at I'm not too great at graphic design, I would say, and I tend to go for fonts. I tend to go with my gut in terms of I'll just try every single font and see if it matches the vibe, which makes it hard because it's hard to scroll through. How do I explain this? You know, you can't really scroll through fonts unless you own them. So that means I can't really pick fonts unless I can see a sample of them quickly, which makes Canva a really good tool for me because Canva is built in with a ton of fonts and it makes it really, really easy for you to scroll through fonts. But if I was scrolling through fonts on Illustrator, I'd be limited to the fonts that I already own, you know? Like it's kind of hard to look up fonts and see what looks nice because ultimately, even if those fonts look good on their own like samples online, but once you download it, sometimes it doesn't really fit the text that you're trying to generate, if that makes sense. Yeah, my fonts folder, I can scroll through them. Graphic design is not her passion. What do you mean? Didn't you read the thumbnail? It is my passion. Might need to increase the space between the two names. Yeah, they are. Yeah, I kind of wanna look for these ligatures first before I tidy up the what you call it, the rest of the design. Oh, there you go. There is an AM. Is there an MU? MU. UDR. No, I think this is fine. I swear there's an SH though. Usually having a history with scanlation helps in having a... Oh yeah, that's true. Though I'd assume with scanlation you would have kind of a limited selection of fonts, right? Because usually you're kind of using a select few fonts. Mm, 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 mm. Do they not have a different H? Yeah, I think I'm gonna... Oh yeah, you guys can't see it, but I actually have my... I have my reference sheet down here just to get a good feel of the vibes. Just so that the font remains on theme. Yeah. Depends on the client in my case. Ah. You have some go-to fonts for specific types of dialogue, but you always need a library for SFX and special use cases. Oh, that's true. SFX does tend to use a variety of different fonts, I guess. Hmm. Let's see. Yeah, I need to think about what I want to turn, because obviously I can't just have like the word, like the name and nothing else. I should probably come up with some motifs. I know I want to put... I want to have some stars and moon. And also some aspects of like the ocean. So trying to think how I can make that work. Sometimes I'm told to use specific fonts. Sometimes they let me experiment. Ooh, okay. The big Phobos. Oh, that's a good one. I didn't even think of that. I wonder where I would put it though. I feel like my tail is so huge that I don't even know where to... Where would I put it? Because if I put it on one side of the name, it's gonna kind of stick out. Oh, I know. I could probably have my lobes, like my manta ray lobes. Do you think the O's would be good moons? I know, right? So I think my current signature when I when I sign off on art is I just go by Phobos, right? I sign off as Phobos. The first O is a smiley face. The first O is a smiley face, and then the second O is kind of like a gibbous moon. So yeah. Because I want my fan mark to be the smiling black moon. I don't know why, but I haven't seen anyone use that for like fan marks or Oshi marks. I've always loved that emoji. You think it'd be beneficial to have the PH and SH have a similar connection to their respective H? PH and the S. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think they have one for the SH, but the closest thing I could find was a T, but I could probably or SP, which I could theoretically edit into an H, maybe? I don't know. I'd love to, yeah, I'd love to have them connect like the PH. I just don't know if this font has that. Keep a couple of clip files with just a bunch of layers that are essentially catalogs of SFX and such. A lot I do by hand on the spot, but archive them just in case. Ooh, okay. Trailing of the trailing A of the Shamudra could have a reference to the tail. Oh yeah. I like that idea. Oh my god, everybody's using the emoji. You're right, I don't see any. Isn't it crazy? Don't you think it's a crazy emoji? It's so cute. I mean, I used to use it in a bit of an ironic way. Because people told me it looks creepy. Kind of. So I like to use it as kind of like a... You guys know what a Lenny face is, right? He looks kind of like he has a Lenny face. So I really like that. I really like the expression on the moon. It looks really cheeky. Yeah. Spamudra, that's right. Oh my gosh, yeah. If you guys didn't know, I made a spam Twitter account recently. And the handle is Phobos Spamudra. So initially I really wanted to name it just Spamudra, right? But it was taken. It was taken. And the worst part is that it's taken by an account that's been suspended. They don't even exist anymore. And now I can never have that handle. I'm so mad. Yeah, that drove me nuts. A creepy Lenny face. Man, Lenny face is so... It's so dated. I think they should bring it back though. They're really funky face. I think it's severely underappreciated. Man, how do I... Yeah, I want to turn this into... So I'm trying to find a combination that looks similar to this, that I can edit the next letter into an H. I don't know if that makes sense. We should bring back a lot of old meme faces, truly. I wholeheartedly agree. Says... Okay, hold on guys. I think I need to put on my jacket. I'm starting to shiver. Oh wait, I'm back and I've got my comfy Eevee bathrobe on. And it's so soft and comfortable. I miss cold weather. Yeah, me too. I don't like summer. I mean, I like what you can do in summer, but I'm more of a cold weather gal. And lucky for me, it's kind of like... I don't know, it's like 7 degrees here right now or something. Celsius, not Fahrenheit. So cold. Oh, how I don't know. None of these look like... This is so frustrating. You know what? I'm gonna distract myself by playing with the colors because I'm a bit stuck. A bit stuck on what to do with this. Do they not have an S that is cursive? Let's see. I want the top to represent the moon and stars part of my concept. And then the bottom... Oh. And then the bottom part of the logo, I want it to represent the ocean. The ocean. Comphobos. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, I want to be Comphobos all the time. I'm pretty much stuck, glued to my PJs. Like my fluffy, puffy PJs all day because it's so cold here. It's so cold. It's so cold that you can probably hear me shivering a little. I kind of want the dark blue. Something like that. Something like that. Me who keeps my AC low so it's winter all the time. Ooh, that's the life. That's the life. Kind of what I used to do when I used to live in a hot place. Hot place. I'm so glad I'm not perpetually in hot weather anymore. I think I might have to throw in the towel. I don't think they have curly S's. Boo. Bummer. I wonder if I could manually draw that myself. Yeah, they don't. Oh well. I guess my options would be to either just keep it... Oh, but it's so ugly though. I don't like that. I feel like the P is my best bet. Okay, you know what? Let's try with Spamudra and see if I could possibly make the P look like an H. Where is it? How do I duplicate this? Oh yeah, you know, it was pretty crazy. I kind of forgot to finish my concert story. Well, technically the concert story is done, but it was a pretty crazy night because right after the concert, I had to rush home to get myself ready to leave for the airport because I had a flight to catch a few hours after that. And the best part is, it was a work trip. Yup. So I went to an Ado concert. I had a fun time. I hung out with friends. I got back home, had to pack a bunch of stuff, and I went straight to the airport. And then I had to fly a plane and get this. As soon as I landed, I didn't even have time to. So I landed pretty early in the morning, right? So the hotel wasn't open for check-ins yet. So I couldn't even sit in the hotel and like chill out and take a break. So, I mean, mind you, I didn't get any sleep because I came back from the concert pretty late. So, yeah, it was like nonstop concert, home, airport, and then I was in another place. And so I couldn't check in, so what I had to do was had to drop my stuff off and I had to go to work immediately. And the worst part was it was a bunch of boring like I don't want to say boring, like it was kind of interesting, but I'm telling you, I had 3 coffees and I'm normally someone who's really sensitive to caffeine. I had 3 coffees and I still couldn't keep awake. They had a bunch of conferences, like lectures and workshops and stuff like that, and I was nodding off the entire day. I could not stay awake. Oh no, don't get me wrong, I was not watching Ado on the company's dime. I was watching Ado back home and then I had to fly off for a work trip. So 2 separate things. And it's unfortunate because the tickets for Ado I purchased late last year. So it was already booked way in advance. But my work trip, it was only kind of announced to me a couple of months prior to today, like yeah, a couple months from today. So yeah, and you know, obviously it's a work trip. It was a like a work, how you say, it was an event, so it's not like I could negotiate the date or anything. And the first time I found out, because I completely forgot that I had an Ado concert, right? It's been like half a year almost since I booked that ticket. But as soon as I realized, I was like, oh crap. Oh my god. I forgot I had this concert. And I checked the dates and I freaked out because I thought they clashed, right? So I thought I wouldn't be able to make the concert. But luckily, hey, the events happened to be 12 hours apart. Hooray! Yeah, very unfortunate timing. Yeah. So, yeah, it was a whirlwind. I felt terrible. I couldn't keep awake. There were things that I genuinely was trying to stay awake to, like to be present for, but my body just could not take it. Not to mention, I was kind of still recovering from coming back from Japan and then rushing out fan projects, which is kind of on me, but yeah, safe to say, I was a bit, yeah, I was on the verge of a crash out. Or, well, my body was, at least. Yeah. But I'm okay now. So, now that the work stuff is done, I'm fine now. The jet lag definitely doesn't help. Oh, yeah. Well, to be fair, it wasn't that it wasn't that far of a distance, fortunately, so I wouldn't say I had jet lag, but yeah, just traveling in general, it does kind of tire you out, if not physically, mentally. I'm sure you guys get it, but yeah, I'm not someone who particularly enjoys traveling, to be honest. I'm not usually a fan of traveling, but these couple of weeks, somehow I've had to do back-to-back travels. It's a bit much for me. I'm okay now, she says with a losing voice from Mario Party. Okay, look, that was kind of self-induced. There was no need for me to scream and yell and laugh. So, other than that, I'm okay. Well, I'm trying to keep it together. But yeah, I'm gonna have. Well, I had a really relaxing weekend, I guess, if you could say that. So I'm slowly recovering. Slowly. Should I vectorize this right now? I feel like I'm doing nothing because I'm so lost. I feel like I'm still desperately looking for connector ligatures. I can't believe they don't have OS. But I feel like I could probably create my own OS because they do have like connector O's. Oops. Oh Bob. Oops. Yeah, they do have connector O's. And they have connecting S's. Where is it? Yeah, oh. Here's an alternative. Focus. But you can barely tell because it looks like an OS. And I kind of want to turn this into some sort of design anyway. Like a moon or something. Which, like, it already kind of has a crescent shape. So I might just stick with this. Yeah, this is the one that's bothering me though. So the thing about me, guys, and I don't know if it's obvious to hear, but I'm not really a yapper in the sense that my vocal cords, they're just not built for yapping, which is kind of unfortunate considering like I'm trying to stream and talk to you guys. Like I do love chatting and talking. I just don't have a very strong, like my lungs aren't very powerful. So if you guys could tell, I get out of breath pretty quickly when I'm talking. And as a result, I do have to pause a lot and take deep breaths once in a while. Cause I don't normally, I'm a pretty quiet person in real life, so I don't tend to talk much. So yeah, my body, like my lungs and my throat, they're not really made for like the VTuber levels of yapping, you know. You also feel out of breath when yeah, I do. Very, very much so. It's a problem. It's a problem. If I do speak, it's like I'm usually mumbling or muttering, which is why I kind of like, I took streaming as a way to, I guess, practice projecting my voice more. Because I tend to mumble and it's not, it's kind of annoying sometimes for people because they can't really hear what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm pretty soft spoken actually, but yeah. Trying to push myself out of my comfort zone. Yeah, so if you, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be bringing this to your attention, but I do tremble a lot when I talk. Well, I am nervous, but I think it's mostly because yeah, my lungs they're just out of breath all the time. It's so hard to talk, guys. Simple exercises you can do to increase your lung capacity. When you're lying down, try to breathe in a way that makes your stomach go up and down instead of your rib cage. So like, yeah, like how you say, like manipulating your diaphragm. I think that's something that they teach singers, right? I've never been able to fully master that because I used to be in the choir when I was at a really young age, and I never really understood how to control the diaphragm. Yeah, it's a bit tough. I can never shut up. Yeah, I mean, you know, good for you. Sometimes I wish I could talk more. Because sometimes I have a lot of thoughts, but I just don't have the energy to speak. I really envy VTubers who can talk and talk and stream for hours. The thing that you guys don't know is after each stream, my throat gets really raw. I do hear that that's kind of a common thing for a lot of streamers. So maybe I'm not so alone, but yeah, I don't know if like being out of breath is a normal thing. Practice makes perfect. That's true. And that's why I keep going. You know what? This is driving me crazy. I'm gonna render this. God, I don't remember how to use Illustrator. It's been so long. How do I convert this into an image? Object. I think they have to do a lot to take care of their throat. I've heard the throat doctor stories on. Yeah, that's true. So many people have taken, breaks and hiatuses, or even G-worded, simply because streaming was destroying their throat. And, I totally get that. Like, I understand. Because I think, like, me of all people, like, I would get it. Like, my throat and my lungs are so weak, guys. And it's not even because I don't know, like, I'm not unfit or anything. I'm just not used to projecting my voice. And if I don't consciously project my voice, it tends to start to dip in volume. And I'm trying really hard not to do that, especially when I'm streaming because, obviously, like, I don't want to start mumbling. I know that can be a bit annoying. So I'm trying my best not to do that. Oh my god. Oh, man, after using Procreate for so long, I do not know the first thing about using Illustrator. I think using Illustrator was my first mistake. I think I need to convert this path. Let's unrasterize that. have a bad habit of my words coming out like a jumbled mess because I'm so bad at Oh yeah, that happens to me too. Well, for me, I do have quite a bit of a issue with, yeah, just I have a bit of a stuttering issue. So that's also something I'm trying to work on. But yeah. Convert to shape. Warm liquids are good for your throat. Cold beverages, not so much. Definitely. Thing is, nothing really stays warm here for very long. It's freezing. Oh, this is so bad, guys. I don't remember how to use Illustrator at all. Well, it's gonna be a figuring out Adobe Illustrator stream, I guess. I know I can convert this into paths, but I just don't remember how. Gradient mesh? No. Okay, this H is starting to irk me. Shoo! My liquids are always staying warm thanks to the Chiaki trademark thermos. Wow. That was an amazing sell. That was so good. Think you should start shilling for VTuber merch. Image trace. Wow, this is not working. Okay, I'm gonna Google really quick how to do this. How to convert text into anchor? No. Interesting. I thought I did that. Aw. It's not doing it for me. Sure why. Conversion outline stroke. Oh my god. Type create outlines. Oh wait, that's right. That's okay. Okay, I got you. There you go. Okay. Now we can do whatever we want with the font. Ta-da! I want to get rid of this. Guys, trust me, guys. I'm a graphic designer. I know what I'm doing. What? I wasn't fumbling for 1 hour and 10 minutes straight? What do you mean? That's crazy. That is so crazy. Grids. I need grids. Okay, no, not perspective grids. How do I get rid of this? Show grid. All right. Okay. Cool. Man, I want to make this shape though. How do I make this? What if I just copied this entire thing? Would that be crazy? I can do that. Oh, what is going on? I don't want it to look like that. Why didn't it copy properly? Okay, new tactic. Okay, the H is not... The H is not it. What is going on with this H? Are you okay? There you go. Yeah, there's no way for me to... I'd have to create my own, I guess, connecting thing to the H. Yeah, I don't think I can pull this off. Cheese in it. Cheese in it. Look at that. What is that? What is that? I should probably just use the normal S at this point. Type. S. There you go. Good job, Illustrator. Sasuga Tensai Silicon. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, it only took me like an hour to figure out, you know. No biggie. I can do that. Oh, this is such a mess. I'm removing this. Oh, I should leave that. Yeah, my methods for when I do graphic design, if I do graphic design, it's super, super unorthodox. You know, my principle is it doesn't matter how you do it. If it works, it works. No matter how scuffed the method is. Oh my gosh, I think I might be able to do this. I just manipulate this point. Oops. What does cursive look like? What would a cursive S look like? It's how you got it, not how you did it. Exactly. It's all about the destination, not the journey. Who cares how you made it, as long as you made it. Ugh. Man, I wish there was an anchor point here. Anchor. No. Ta-da. If I should get to drawing as well. Yeah, you should. Or you should take a well-earned break because I hear someone's been grinding non-stop. I'm joking. I get you. Artists, we need to do what we gotta do, right? As long as you're taking care of yourself, then all is well. Yeah, this is the part. If I just made a slice through here. Let me turn this into path. Create. Alright, if I add an anchor here. No, that's not right. You know what? I'm just gonna cheese it, guys. I'm just gonna cheese it. I'm just gonna add a white stroke here. I'm not an artist, so no clue. That is okay. You know, you're kind of an artist in your own way. I mean, as long as you're creating, like you're participating in the creation of art, I would consider that artistry. Even if, you know, you're not holding a pencil or a brush. Let me create... Oh, whoopsie. Yeah, I'm so gonna cheese it, guys. I'm not goated enough in graphic design to not resort to cheesy, cheap methods. Oh my god. Not like that. Okay, I don't want this to be that thick. Many people built a rocket, so two guys got to walk on the moon. I'm fine with staying on Earth. Okay, but what if the Earth starts to become uninhabitable? Then what do you do? You sure you want to just stay? Are you sure? If it works, it works. True. Oh, that's driving me nuts. No way, this is not passable. Oh, you're trying to give an analogy for how you're not an artist? Let's agree to disagree. Oh, that's not good. Him was saying they're not an artist. Shaking my head, right? Tell him. Tell him, man. If you weren't involved in all the projects you've done, there would be no art. So you have to admit, indirectly, you are creating art. It's like how, you know, like a producer and a director, they're not the ones, you know, they're not the ones behind the camera. And they're not the ones acting, but they're instrumental to the creation of a film, right? The same way that you are indirectly creating art. I think this is too thick. MOP, truly. I like the sound of that. MOP. Why is a single pixel so... Is my file just not large enough? Yeah, the angle is not right. I think I need to blow up my the logo itself because the pixels aren't giving me enough flexibility to manipulate. Oops. It's not giving me enough flexibility to manipulate the shapes. Towards the end, the gap gets thicker. Oh, really? That is an issue. That is an issue that needs to be rectified. Is there a problem with this? Maybe this is too... Yeah, maybe... like that. Ooh. Yeah, the angle's not... It's a bit tilted. Sorry if I'm really quiet. I'm pretty locked in. There should be a slight curve to make it look more natural. Gonna go to the Jihanki and get to work, I guess. All the best! All the best in your work. I know you're doing great work, so... Ganbate. Yeah. Is it obvious enough if I... You know what? Okay, this makes no sense though. Do I move this here? Oh my god, no, no, no. Perhaps it needs to come... Like, there's no... This makes no sense that it's popping out from the middle of nowhere. It should come from the tail. Oh god. Anchor. Alright. Now I just need to fix... need to fix the shape for this. Oh. Man, if there was if there was a graphic designer watching, I think they'd be pretty horrified. And if there is, I'm so sorry for what I'm doing, but yeah. I just don't know how to maneuver these anchors, man. Intense font surgery, yeah. Very intense. Okay. It's getting there, kind of. Where should it come out from, though? What did he do with... It didn't even... can I do with this one? Oh, I know. I think I shouldn't be manipulating the H. I should be manipulating the S. Maybe. Maybe this one is the one that needs to follow. Okay, let's see how that looks. Oh, yikes. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Okay, no. Okay, I promise I'm cooking something. I'm cooking something. That something may not necessarily be good, but I am cooking something. Don't you worry. Okay, yeah, that's not gonna work. That looks so dumb. Yeah, I don't think I have a choice. I think I do have to... I have to edit the H instead. My goodness. He's a stunted little S. Poor thing. Yeah, this is a botched surgery, guys. I'm so sorry. Please cover your eyes as I Control Z my way back to normalcy. Avert thine eyes. In fact, you should probably avert your eyes throughout this entire stream because I clearly do not know what I'm doing. Why did I think this stream was a good idea? Oh, Phobos, why? This can't work because I can't change the shape here because the curve of the H would also have to change. What if I just don't? What if I did something... What if I did something like, putting my tail... So, the reason I'm trying to connect the S and the H is because I'm trying to make it more visually interesting. Like, I didn't really want it to just look like a plain S and an H. But what if I just turn this into a tail? That way it can still look interesting. I am thinking. I'm thinking very hard. Because I don't know. I don't think I can salvage this. Oh my god. Hmm. While you were here, did you ever run into any new issues with the new bills and coins? Issues in what sense? I don't think I did. Half of the time I was using card and half of the time I did use bills, but yeah, I don't think I... Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by like issues. I think the time where I used cash the most was when I was using 100 yen coins to play the gashapons. Other than that, not really. Okay, I'll have to stop brute forcing this. It's not working. Still like the H. Hello, Phobos and everyone. How has the designing been? It's been a train wreck and a half, but welcome. I would say you didn't miss much because most of the time I was just pondering. I was pondering and not really doing much because I was just trying to think most of the time. Now we're trying to combine, like we're trying to make this S combine with the H in a way that looks natural. Gotta change your name to Phobos Famudra to make it look good. I kind of want to see what that looks like actually. Yeah, it's not too late to rebrand, right, guys? I mean, I can still change my name to Famudra, right? Oh my god, that can be like the fan name, Famudra. That's crazy. Whoa. Certain specific places don't take any of the new bills or even the new... Oh, really? I think I was fine. Yeah, I don't think I faced any issues with it. That's interesting. I'll be so honest though, I didn't even realize they had new bills and coins. Dafamudra, that's actually a goated name, right? So genius. Famudra, but except the fam will be spelled with a PH because branding, obviously. Branding, guys. Famudra. Whoa. Oh my god, sorry. My bathrobe is really thick, so I keep it keeps on brushing against the scroll. My mouse scroll, so it keeps it's making my cursor go crazy. Cray cray. Let's make it look fancy. Lifts. Is Famudra a long... Like, is it too long of a name? It's got like 3 syllables. Is that normal for a fan name? Famudra. Ooh, I like that. I like that. AM. Hooray, they do have AM. UDR. DR. Wherefore art thou? There you go. Ta-da! Oh, that's so cute. And then we can make it yellow. Wonder if I should make the yellow. Is the yellow a little too bright? I feel like it may be a bit difficult to see visually. The grid is kind of... I think this grid is a little bit distracting. There you go. Philippines Amudra. I don't know, but I would assume there's a way to change the way S and H connect. Yeah, unfortunately there isn't, because the connecting letters, they're all handmade. So they come together with the font pack. So I'm not really showing it. I'm not okay, maybe I can just I might be able to show you guys. So this is, because you can't see it on stream, but this is actually what the glyphs table looks like. If I can... This is what the glyphs... This is what I'm looking at when I'm choosing the glyphs. The ligatures. I literally have to manually scroll through this list of font ligatures to see if the connecting letters, the letters that I want, are included in this pack. So yeah, unfortunately they don't have an SH, which is a shame. They have ST right here. They have ST. And they have SP, which, if I can find it. Yeah, they have SP. But yeah, unfortunately, no SH. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah, TH. So my best bet would be to find something that's either something connected with H or S and connected with S connected with another letter, and then I can kind of splice them together in a way, which is what I've tried to do here, but it doesn't. This was done with a normal S and the H from PH, I think. So I just removed the P. I removed this part of the P and I just took the H. So I gotta splice them together, but the issue is, obviously they don't connect very well. So it's a bit disjointed, unfortunately. So now we're just thinking of ways, like creative ways to get around this issue. You see, this is where my monkey brain would also splice to make stuff work. Yeah, it's very kind of like brute forcey, but I can't find an elegant way to combine the S with the H. Like my options, I think my options would be to move this loop to the end of the tail, which would make more sense from like a cursive perspective, because usually when you write a cursive, obviously you go from the head to the tail and then you connect to the next letter. The issue is if I move this loop to the left side, it would look unnatural in terms of the angle, because this line has to connect seamlessly to this curve of the H. Did I try the other S segment? The other S segment? Not too sure what you mean. I don't have too many options for S. They have the regular S, and then there's SP, which I would think is the closest. You know what? Maybe let's try SP. Maybe we'll try that instead of this ugly... I don't even know what to call this. Wait, maybe I'll just keep this here for reference. Okay. Let's try another layer. Let's forget about this one. Yeah. Type object. Okay. Whoa, I forgot how to even add a new layer. Okay, pardon me. Okay, let's move all this to the side. Let's start afresh. I would assume SP would work, but it will not look as clean when you try splicing with an H. It would. There is an easy way to make it look clean, and I can show you in a little bit. The issue is that it wouldn't look as, it wouldn't have the same aesthetics as, say, this PH, like the way, you know, the way this loops, because the SP, yeah, let me just show you. I think it'll be a bit easier that way. So let me show you what the SP looks like. It doesn't have a curve. It's like, it doesn't have a loop. So the design is kind of different. So, okay. Let me try and see. And splice the H and the P together. Create. Okay. All right. So now we have our objects. If I removed this entire thing, oh. I could turn it into why can't I remove this? I could turn it into an H. See, because I can just reduce the length of that and then I can superimpose that H in and just remove the top. Sort of like that. So now you have Shamudra with the SP design. Which kind of looks like Snamudra now that I'm looking at it. I might have to lengthen this, but yeah, you get the gist of it. It doesn't have the same loop design as this. Okay, let me bring this back. Maybe. Oops. Or let me just bring the Shamudra in. Oops. Okay, whatever. Okay, you know what? Here you go. If you can see, I kind of like this. Like this, yeah, it was a try, definitely. Yeah, graphic design is a bit tricky. There's a lot of design, like aspects of the design that you wouldn't necessarily think of that might make the difference between a refined looking graphic, like a refined looking logo, and one that looks kind of rough. I'm kind of worried that if I use this design, the top one, it doesn't really match with the Phobos, since the Phobos one is kind of, it's kind of using the the loopy theme. So it won't be very consistent. Okay, this is getting in the way. Gotta go down, sorry. Alright. Shamudra, Famudra. Yeah, I kind of don't want to be stuck here either. Oops. I also have to think about what kind of elements I want to add into the logo. I know I want to add a lot of sparkles because that's also one of my fan marks. My character marks is the sparkle along with the smiling black moon. Did I try connecting the N of the S to the H? Yeah, I did try because and it didn't work because I can show you. But if I tried to connect the, let's see. See, if I tried to drag this over, how do I do this? Oh my god. No. That's not what I was trying to do. Out this. It kind of clashes with. See, if I move this to the end of, like the tail end of the S, it also changes the angle of this line. Obviously, this is very messy, but just trying to illustrate that it's a bit. Oops. Okay. Huh? Oh my god. Why are there so many anchors? Yeah, but basically I'll change the angle of this line, which is a bit of an issue because this line has to... Oh my god. This line has to connect to this curve, this H curve, and if this angle is slightly out, it starts to look unnatural. The only way I can connect the tail end of the S to the H naturally is if I move the tail inwards here so that the connecting string, the connecting line is here. But then the S would look very short. Like I tried that earlier and it made the S look really like it ends here. So the S goes here and then it stops here. It looks kind of weird. Yeah, naruhodo. Yeah. Sorry, I may be bad at explaining it, but hopefully hopefully it kind of makes sense. A little bit. Yeah, this is why graphic design is not my passion, guys. There's just too many things to consider. I do enjoy doing it, obviously, like as an artistic outlet, but sometimes it drives me crazy. And it's probably just because I'm not very good at it, but yeah. Yeah, I can't even... Oh, I can move this up. What if I did this? Then that would also look... Yeah, the angle still... See, there's like a change in the angle. Yeah, no, can't do... That looks so weird. Is it just me or does this A look a bit too far away from the rest? Why are you so far away? There you go. You know what I want to do? I want to put a smiley face here. The A is a little shy. Yeah. He just wants his own personal space. He's an introvert. He's an INFP. Did you guys know? He's really shy. Wow, this guy looks like... It looks like bangs. This O looks like it's got bangs. Then I want to turn this into a crescent. Unfortunately, I don't have a tablet, so it's all gonna be sketchy from here, but I want to do something like... Oh, I should just use the anchors. How do I make it look like a crescent? It's already kind of got the shape. So I just need to... Okay. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Kind of. Kind of. Need to remove some anchor points. It's making it very jagged looking. If only I remembered how to remove them. Okay. Okay. Got it. Oops. Oh my god. Does that look like a crescent at all? I don't know, guys. I feel like I'm better off drawing my own crescent at this point. Maybe? Well, I do want it to be, is it a waxing moon? Hold on. Waxing moon. Yeah, I want it to be a waning crescent moon. A lot of things are crescent shaped. Yeah, which is convenient for me because I can just turn them into like... I can just turn them into little crescents. It look like that. Smoothen thyself. Why are you so angular? Okay, whatever. It's a sketch, guys. It's a sketch. This is just a concept, so don't worry about it. It's fine. It is a-okay. Then maybe we want to have the dark moon circle. Where is the shapes? Shapes. When I tell you, so I started using Canva at work. because they had Canva, what is it, premium? Yeah, they had they had like the paid premium corporate version of Canva, right? So like ever since then, I've been utilizing Canva more and more, and I've kind of like abandoned I've kind of abandoned Illustrator. So as a result, my knowledge with Illustrator, as you can see, has dwindled to pretty much nothing. I don't know what I'm doing with Illustrator anymore. I don't know where everything is. Not that I've ever been an expert at it by any means, but it's way worse now. I just don't know where basic tools are anymore. Now the question is, do I want to put it behind? Might want to put it... Oh my gosh. Is there a way I can make this more curvy? That doesn't look like a crescent. Yeah, we work with what we have. Yeah, the thing is, Canva is so intuitive. It's really, really easy to use. It's really easy to understand. And I don't know, it just saves me so much time. The only gripe, which is a pretty big gripe, I would say, but the only gripe I have with Canva, and it drives me crazy, absolutely nuts. Like, I don't know why it doesn't have a text highlight function. If you think about it, Canva is kind of a word processing application, right? Like it's a word processing software. But they don't have the function to highlight text. Huh? How's that possible? And when I tell you, because I make content on a pretty regular basis, right? When I tell you that it wastes me hours of time, I'm not joking. There's no way for you to highlight individual words in Canva. So the way that you have to do it, which is such a roundabout way, it's so silly. I cannot believe this is the method, but the way you highlight words in Canva is by creating a rectangle using their shapes tool, resizing it to your desired text size and length, and then you have to place it over the text that you're trying to highlight, and then you have to put it behind your text layer so that the colored box is behind your words. So it's a very, very manual process. And it's because you have to manually place the shapes behind your text, it ends up creating a lot of inconsistent, like your consistency with the spacing between your highlights. I mean, like the positioning of your highlights will become inconsistent and messy because you have to like manually place them, right? It's so like I don't even know how to describe it. Like, it's so dumb. Like, why do we have to? It's like drawing your own highlights. Why couldn't they just implement like Microsoft Word, where you could just, or any word processing software for that matter, like why couldn't they just make an inbuilt function where you can highlight text? It would have saved me so many hours of work time. Yeah, Canva, what are you doing? Honey, what are you doing? It's crazy. It's crazy. And they say that Canva it kind of disrupted Adobe's monopoly because suddenly, Illustrator and Word and PowerPoint and all those, like, they have a competitor now, right? But man, the one thing that Adobe, wait, no, that's not Adobe. It's not even. I'm talking about Microsoft now. But yeah. Anyway, you get the point. I think text highlight is a very basic function, and they should really implement that, I think. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Cause I create I like to create infographics. So, on infographics, you tend to want to highlight important information, right? But I have to do that for every single page for countless amount of information. So, having to manually highlight everything does kind of take a hit on my efficiency, I guess. But yeah, that's just my little rant about Canva. Other than that, Canva's great. I love Canva. We love anyone that challenges Adobe because Adobe should not be a monopoly. Adobe should have some healthy competition, is what I think. Okay, I want to create... Man, I want it to be... What if it's a :3 face? Would that be too cringe? I don't want it to be cringe, but I kind of want it to have a :3 face. And before you have to deal with Adobe's absurd... Oh, trust me, I have been through that. I had to pay... So I had no idea. I signed up for a trial, and I had no idea they were charging me every single month for a subscription, right? So I'd been paying upwards of $200 or so for the subscription in total. And obviously when I found out, I was alarmed. I was like, what's going on? I've been paying for a subscription. I had no idea I had. So when I contacted them, they said like, yeah, okay, you lost $200. Okay, pay an extra, I forgot what the amount was, like $80 or something. Pay an extra $80 because you want to cancel it early. I'm like, what? Are you not listening? I'm already subscribing to something I didn't even realize I had subscribed to. For like what? Like an entire year? And you want me to pay an extra? What? Yeah. I made a new enemy that day, safe to say. I fell into that. Oh, I fell into that hard. Adobe hate. Adobe hate. And here I am using Illustrator. Who is the clown now? Who is the clown now? I want to make some sparkles. But yeah, the lesson learned was, well, from then on, I was super careful with whatever I free trials that I subscribe to. Because I genuinely, I don't remember why that subscription kept going. Like I think I just forgot that I signed up for a free trial. And then it just kept charging me. So that's what happened. But yeah, guys, never like always keep track of your subscriptions. I've heard of, many people who they subscribe to so many services that they just tend to forget half of the things they subscribe to, and they, end up having to pay kind of like stealth subscription fees. This is why I do not do trials. The cancellation is a pain, and the fine print, yeah, it's the fine print, right? Converts a trial into a subscribed member basically, and most times there's no notification of the change. Exactly. Yeah, that is precisely what happened to me. Word for word, that is what happened to me. Yeah, I'm usually very careful with like my free trials, but yeah, this time I kind of I don't know, kind of washed, I guess. That's why I use a free version of Adobe. But I've also been tinkering with Affinity for a bit. Oh, Affinity. Haven't heard of that. Is it like Illustrator or Photoshop? No, back when oh my gosh, I can't draw stars. Back when I started like one of my first forays into digital art, I actually started off using Photoshop. Like that was like my first, like baby's first drawing tool. Yeah, it was great. I learned a lot using Photoshop for so many years, and then I don't know, I tried a few other drawing softwares since then. Yeah. I'm just now starting to play around with what is it called? Clip Studio Paint. It's doing me pretty well actually. GitHub Copilot gives me like 5 emails before my trial even expires. See, that's the difference between Adobe and not Adobe. I don't actually remember who Copilot is owned by, but yeah, I would say most companies, or like most products, they do warn you when your trial is about to end. But yeah, that's the kind of the scummy thing about Adobe is they don't. It's really annoying. Like, yeah, it's probably well within their legal rights to do so, but it doesn't make it less scummy, right? Yippee, sparkle! A sparkle. Oh. Nah, I think I'll stick with this. Yay, I have 1 sparkle. Yeah, so I wanna put plenty of sparkles around the Phobos to signify that I'm one with the celestial body. And then below, it's like the stars and the ocean kind of thing, if that makes sense. Plenty of stars. It's like a sea of stars, if you know what I mean. Get it? Because there's a sea and there are stars. Affinity is split up into 3 pieces: design, photo, and publisher. Oh, and the photo software is pretty good. I might have to check that out because I really want to move on from using Adobe. Like I just can't. I can't really sustain the cost of Adobe anymore. Yeah, it's really hard, especially when, you know, you're freelancing and stuff. It's not a very freelancer friendly price point. Too many stars here. I sound like a marketing agent for Affinity. Are you secretly sponsored? Are you secretly an agent out here to promote your software? Because you're kind of selling it pretty well. One time, oh my gosh, one time purchase? You know, that's so rare nowadays. I wish there were more softwares that offer one-time purchases, but nowadays a lot of softwares go by subscription plans, which is, I don't know. I get that it's more sustainable for the company, but you know, it's not sustainable for me. Like like what if I just want to use it for a week and then I only want to use it for like a couple of days, like 3 months from now? Like it's not very cost effective for me. One-time purchase for now. In a few years, they'll switch to a subscription, like Microsoft with their 365s. Oh, don't jinx it, please. Don't jinx it. Don't ruin a good thing. I was so happy when I found that CSP offered a lifetime license. Even if it was locked to a single device. I mean, that kind of makes sense to me. But it was really what's the opposite of a deal breaker? But it kind of sold me, you know, when I realized they had a full lifetime license. I was like, that's great. So even if I buy it now, because at that point I didn't know when I would be able to use Clip Studio, just because I didn't have a working tablet, like drawing tablet. I only had an iPad, right? And I've been using Procreate to do my illustrations. But at some point I did want to try CSP, and they were having a sale at the time. So I thought, oh, it's great that they have a lifetime license, because yeah, I had no idea when I would be able to use it, you know? Yeah. So they earned a sale from me. If it was a discount on their monthly or annual license, I don't think I would have gotten it. No, I definitely wouldn't have gotten it. Might change this. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna leave this for now because I kind of don't really want to be stuck trying to brainstorm this this SH situation. I do want to start conceptualizing the text decorations. So I'm just gonna leave it like this for now. How do I make a mask? Let's see. Masking on Illustrator. Clipping mask. Okay, I'm gonna make a wave. Let's make a wave. Do I have to use a separate layer? Let's take the color from the top of my head. Okay. Yeah, let me just hide that layer. It's kind of distracting. I just want to make a wave that I can mask onto the Shamudra part of the logo. See how that goes. Completely forgotten how to do masks on Illustrator. This looks so scuffed. I wonder what everyone's doing. What do you guys do when you're listening to my streams? Because I feel like, I don't know, I just talk and talk, and I wonder what you guys are doing though. And I think I feel like it's daytime for a lot of you guys, right? I'm staring at the pretty stars. Oh, thank you. Working on stuff. Working on stuff. Gosh, we're all being productive together, you know? Let's see. Object, clipping mask. Oh, okay. Does this need to be in the same layer? Oh no. Even when Dia streams, I'm usually doing something else at the same time, hence hardly ever being... Yeah, it's the same for me because, yeah, most of the time I'm usually doing work when I'm watching streams. So I'm hardly ever, you know, fully able to participate as well. So I understand that. Yeah. That's why, like, I've mentioned to her before, like, I feel like she's kind of my work buddy, because she streams at times where I have to work. So it's nice to have a companion while you're working, you know? I have to unfortunately be productive at work. I wish I was at home doing silly things. Yeah, I get that. Like I said, most of the time when I'm watching streams, it's, you know, like when I'm drawing or, you know, literally at my day job. I rarely have time to kind of sit down and fully watch a stream, I guess. That is not what I'm trying to do. The shape now masks the artwork. Huh? Oh, maybe I have to... Does it matter if I put this at the back? Yeah, I wish I was doing silly things most of the time too, but... You know, life makes you lock in. Can't be helped. But yeah, I think watching streams really makes it a lot more bearable. Oh, I don't understand how to clip these. Mask. Gotta love them time zones. Truly. Yeah, every time a VTuber I watch says good night, I'm like, good night to you too from 12 p.m. But that's the great thing about like streaming and stuff, right? It really connects people all over the world. Like, I don't know, who knew I'd be talking to a bunch of people who are on the complete like other end of the earth from me. Like, I think that's pretty neat. Oh dear. Flipping. Okay, step 1, draw a mask shape. Second, create the mask. With the shape over the artwork to be masked, choose object, clipping mask, make. The shape now masks the artwork. Edit the mask and artwork. But why does it turn white? Aww. I have to choose the object. And one object. It's always cool to think about, like, whoa, it's almost time for me to sleep and you're just now waking up. Yeah. You know, it's funny when I first came up with my concept, because I quite, one of the reasons I really relate to the concept of the moon and stars in the night sky is because I'm a nocturnal creature. I'm very, like, I stay up really late, right? And I knew that if I streamed, I would definitely stream throughout the night. So it kind of fits my brand. But funnily, I feel like most of the people who watch me, they're watching me at daytime. It's just kind of funny because I tried my best to kind of create an ambiance that is sort of, relaxing. It's supposed to be a very down tempo, like end of the day chill stream kind of vibe, but maybe I'm making people fall asleep in the middle of the day. And that's always been a funny thought to me. But yeah, this is kind of the most ideal time for me to stream. For now, at least. I mean, I'm kind of going through some schedule changes in recent times, so I might switch around when I decide to stream. The issue is that I don't really like to stream in the daytime either, because that's when my Oshis are streaming and I kind of want to catch their streams, so I don't really know what to do about that. I don't know. What a predicament, am I right? I mean, we all gotta chill a bit even during the day for us. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's kind of alarming though. Sometimes cause I try to put out, so when I announce my streams, I like to put in different time zones in case, people are, tuning in from different time zones, just for reference. If you're EST, if you're PST, GST. Sometimes I'll be streaming at like 10 p.m. JST or 9 p.m. JST, and then I'll be like 5 a.m. PST or something. I'm like, oh my god, nobody's gonna tune in. Yeah, like it's way early, Yeah. I mean, it's I don't know. It's just a funny thing to think about. Okay, I'm really stuck on this masking. I don't know how to do this. Can I separate these objects? Time zones do be crazy. That's right. To isolate them? Oh god. No. Time zones are wild. Oh boy. Kind of hit a wall here with the mask. I'm not sure why it's not working. Let's ungroup this. Group. I still got here, although a bit later than expected, and I'll do it again. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. I really appreciate everyone who, you know, like, you guys, I know it's like an inconvenient time for a lot of people, so I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Like, it means a lot to me that you want to come in and see this silly fish who can barely speak like do her silly things on Illustrator that she can't even figure out after an hour. Okay, 2 hours now. 2 hours. Group. But yeah, it's really awesome. Like, you know, like I know how precious time is. There's a lot of things you could be doing with your time. So I'm always very thankful for anyone who drops by, no matter how long you drop by for. Thank you. Okay, mask. Do your thing. Yeah, this is not working the way I want. You kind of... I hope this doesn't sound weird, but I get the same vibe from your streams as I did just browsing the Wii news and weather channels back in the day. Hey, I take that as a big compliment. Like, that's high praise there. Thank you. I mean, you kind of are the only person around that uses YouTube to stream. Like, everyone else is on the Purple website, so at least to me, fair trade-off for an early stream. Yeah, what do people think about the Purple website versus YouTube? I saw a poll recently where someone asked if people generally prefer Twitch or YouTube, and most people were voting YouTube. But yeah, I wonder what you guys think. I would assume YouTube because I feel like a lot of us watch similar content creators and a lot of them are streaming on YouTube. But yeah, I don't know. I know some people do prefer Twitch though. And from a streamer's standpoint, I hear that Twitch is better for discoverability. So there's that. And it's also more interactive in terms of, you know, the fact that you get to have Twitch redeems and a lot of commands, you know, like chatbot commands. So it's a lot more interactive, even for the viewers. I never touched Twitch at all. That is fair. I used to exclusively watch streamers on Twitch. I remember I had a friend. Well, I have a friend, and they used to stream on YouTube. And this was back when I was, you know, exclusively using Twitch. I asked them, like, why don't you just stream on Twitch? Like, it's literally the streaming platform. And they're like, I don't know. They didn't have an answer for it, but yeah, now everyone's using YouTube. And I think a lot of it is because, you know, a lot of big corpos, especially VTuber fans, right? Because a lot of big corpos, their talents do stream on YouTube. YouTube feels a lot more comfortable. Twitch and YouTube have their benefits and disadvantages, but I prefer the simplicity of YouTube over Twitch's overwhelming streams and chat. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But speaking of simplicity, did you guys hear about the leaderboard system? What do you guys think about that? Isn't that crazy? It's so Twitch. It literally incentivizes people to spam to spam in chat. Yeah, I turned it off. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. I hate it so much. Yeah, it's I get that they're trying to make people interact on chat more, but I feel like a leaderboard is a bit much. I could see the appeal, but it feels too competitive. I guess you could say for the nature of YouTube streams typically. Yeah, right? Like, I don't know. Sometimes you just want to be a lurker. But I feel like those... the leaderboard, it's kind of preying on people's feeling of FOMO. You know, it's like, oh, I'm usually a lurker, but because there's a scoreboard now, I feel like I have to say something in order to kind of, I guess, gain the attention of the streamer or fellow chat members. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know. Okay, you know what? This is... oh my god. Yeah, I might watch a YouTube video on this instead, because I cannot figure this out for the life of me. Yeah, it's so I think they're taking a page out of Twitch's book with the whole, you know, like top donors, top, I don't know, bit buyers, I don't know what you call them. Haven't used Twitch in a bit. Okay. Arrange, bring to front. So the thing that I want to mask has to be at the back. Okay. Oh, okay, okay. I think I get it, but it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. So I don't know if I don't think I explained what I've been trying to do, but I want to make a wave pattern on the Shamudra part of the logo, so it's kind of like half, you know, like waves, like wave, like the letters have like a wave on it. So what I have to do is I do have to complete the rest of this. How am I gonna... okay, you know what? How do I do this? The reason why it's turning white when I'm trying to mask the objects is because there is nothing for the object to mask above this wave. Like it's just a white empty blank space. So what I need to do is I need to put the dark blue up here. Okay. My god, I'm so bad at explaining, but let me just draw it and hopefully it makes some sense. Hopefully it works. God, there's gotta be a better way to do this. This is so dumb. Oh no. Meant to say this earlier, but your streams are such a nice time for me during my workday. Very chill, keeps me productive, and helps me out with my social skills. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm really happy to hear that, you know, through, I don't know, doing whatever silly thing I'm doing, that I can create a space where, you know, people can find some, like, I guess, like, peace and comfort, because that's kind of what I'm going for, is to just create a chill place. Because, yeah, you know, I relate to that, and I always need to have something calming in the background for me to kind of focus at work. So, yeah, thank you for sharing that with me too. Yeah, and I hope everyone who's listening doesn't feel, I guess, like, pressured to participate. I'll be the first to say that I'm a serial lurker when it comes to watching streams. So yeah, I totally get if you need to just, you know, chill out and lurk. Like, I'm very, very happy to have lurkers as well. Okay, are we ready to clip? Okay, now it's all white. Oh my god. Gotta get that top participant rank. No way. Stop it. I urge you to switch it off. I don't even know if my streams have that feature. Does it? Because I think they're just rolling it out, right? Like, as a beta? Don't think that everyone has that yet, as far as I know. Unless I'm wrong. Not the ranks. Yeah, not the ranks. As if life wasn't enough of a competition. Why are they making my safe space a competition too? Rasterize. Okay, this should work now. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna flip. I'm gonna flip. Please. Oh my. Okay. Okay. It's okay. It's alright. We just gotta do it again. Oh, wait. How do I turn this into one object? Okay, there you go. I believe you can't mess around with the setting on the streamer side for whatever reason. All I know is kinda mention on X. Yeah, it's so weird that you have to manually switch it off, but like, by yourself as a viewer. I find that extremely cumbersome and strange, and it's clear that they are intentionally making it difficult for users to switch it off, you know? They want to make sure that, you know, most everyone opts in to this weird feature. Oh my gosh. Cannot be this complicated, right? YouTube really likes to force users into terrible features. That's true. That is true, sadly. What? Do I need to turn this into a path now? So confused. Convert to shape. Oh yeah. Oh, I should have done that instead of rasterizing it. I think it would have been fine if the XP you gain was used in the same way Twitch has channel points. Like to use as redeems for wacky plugins on streams. I feel like they're probably gearing up for that. I think right now they're just testing it out like a beta. And once they kind of get a feel for, you know, how effective it is, they might, or maybe this is wishful thinking, I don't know. They might develop it into, you know, other interactive stream features. I hope, at least. Oh, this is so confusing. Okay. You know what? But yeah, I think it would be... I guess it would be worth the... I don't know. The competition. It would be worth the leaderboard if they actually used it to eventually... Oh, I kind of like how this looks actually. If they used it to eventually introduce interactive, like, redeems. Okay. You know, when I set out to do this stream, I didn't... Oh, I wasn't expecting it to be this... this unproductive. I forgot how... I really forgot how... rusty I am with Illustrator. Although I probably should have expected it. Yeah, I really went into this stream thinking I would figure it out along the way. Okay, this is getting kind of... Ugh. Ugh. A bit. I just want to make the text blue. Why is it so hard? Can't be this complicated. Oh. I think it's because the... Oh, wait, they are grouped. You know what? I think I'll leave that for now. This is not working out. Kind of like how these... but it doesn't really... Is there another way I can color the fonts in different colors without using the masking tool? I wonder. That's the thing about using Illustrator, is that it's not exactly intuitive in the sense that, you know, or maybe I'm just, I don't know, maybe I'm just too used to using tools like Procreate and Photoshop, like drawing softwares that, you know, it's a lot more straightforward to transform your vision onto the document. If you know what I mean. Oh my goodness. My goodness. Not converted. Why? Path. Strange. Does it have to be an image? try this image. Can I mask this? I just want to try something. No, it has to be. Yeah, it can't. Very strange. Oh. Until I figure out another way, maybe I'll leave that for now. Oh, trust me, my eye isn't trained either. I just see what looks good and then I do it. But thank you so much for saying that. I think I'm doing a very poor job, but thank you for saying that regardless. It's like I have a vision. I do have a vision of what I want it to look like. It's just not translating because that's the thing about Illustrator that it frustrates me because it's not as easy to pick up, you know. There's a lot of things that you have to take the time to learn. Like the tools, like you really need to understand what each of them does. Otherwise, you're just gonna kind of flounder around like what I'm doing now. The eternal struggle, yeah. I really should formally sit down and learn how to use this software. It's just I don't use it enough for me to feel like, I don't know, like it's worth investing my time into. Like I use it so rarely. And I'm only using it now because I'm kind of it's kind of like paid for by company. But yeah, like I get to use it, but I don't use it that often. Get what I mean? Yeah, I can't do this. I kind of want to just switch out to, you know what? Oh, sorry. I kind of want to just switch out to CSP just to kind of doodle the concept for my my logo a little better. I have a clear vision in my head, but getting it out is the hard part. Yeah, I feel like that's the struggle of, you know, every artist. It's always that, you know, you always have that image in your head, like this is what I want to achieve, but you know, you're limited by, you know, your physical capability or, you know, just, you know, your general skills. It can get frustrating, but once you really get through that learning curve and then you realize your vision is becoming a reality, I think that's really the most satisfying thing for me as an artist. I wish I was good at drawing, man. The amount of funny ideas I get in my head every day is crazy. I think you should try. It doesn't matter, you know, if you think you're good or not. I think you should just try. There's no harm in There's never a harm in trying. And I'm always a proponent of, you know, like trying everything at least once. And you know, I think drawing especially is one of the most accessible. It's one of the most accessible. Okay, I'm gonna have to switch this off first while I switch to CSP. So I'll be back in a bit. But yeah, I was saying, like, I feel like drawing is one of the most accessible, I guess, hobbies. Because, it's, anyone can get like a paper and a pen and just start, doodling and stuff. Like, so what if it's bad? I feel like as long as your idea is conveyed on paper, even if it's not skilled, as long as people understand what you're trying to draw. I don't know. I think for me at least, I feel like the spirit of the art is important to me too. More than, sometimes I like art because of the concept itself, not because it's drawn with like the most skill, or like it's the most stacked art I've ever seen. But sometimes I admire something because it's such a novel concept. Anyone can cook. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, but yeah, that was a roundabout way of very roundabout way of saying go for it. Really. I may be biased too because I just wanna see more people drawing. I really love seeing like artists of all different skill levels, you know? A drawing doesn't have to be amazing for it to be art, you know? Oop. I'm opening Clip Studio. Give me a second. I saw a post a while back about how beginner artists being so cool because of how raw everything is since they haven't clue what they're doing, and I 100% agree. Yeah, exactly. Like the journey of improving your art, it's so satisfying. Every time I do, I tend to put down my art a lot, but it really is very gratifying to see how far you've come. Every time I do like a yearly comparison, like 2024 versus 2025, you never truly realize how much you've improved until you really look back and make comparisons. The point of art is to make it, to express yourself, not to necessarily be the best at. Yeah, exactly. I couldn't have worded it better. Like for me, art has always been an outlet. It's a way for me to kind of, express all the crazy things that are in my head that I just don't want to, like, I just don't want trapped only in my head. Like, I want to see, like, things that I wish were real, things that I want to see. I just draw it out. I've seen some friends go from scribbles to making box art for certain Playmo companies. And as much nicer as their current styles are, there's this weird charm to their early works. Yeah, of course, right? Like, you get to see how far they've come, too. More often than not, I prefer the early art because it had something different than all the shiny bells and whistles of the pros. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Sorry, let me just set up my CSP first. CSP. Ooh. Hold on. Oh, oh, oh. Hold on. My bad. Wait, is there a way I can... I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh my god, you can't see that. Sorry guys, I don't know how to do this on stream without like completely doxing myself. Yeah. You know what? It's fine. We'll just stick to Illustrator. Yeah, maybe I'll just stick to Illustrator. Yeah, I don't really know how to set that up without showing my entire screen. It's very strange. Absolutely not. Where is my... Oh, okay. Yeah, so I was saying, yeah, that's the thing about, I guess, getting better at art. So I'll speak to my own experience. I would say I'm relatively new to drawing people, right? Like I'm new to drawing, especially like an anime style. I've always wanted to, you know, since I was a kid. Like I've tried, but there's this, you know, I have a specific style. It's a style that I don't usually show in my newer works because it's a style that I've been trying to kind of file down and kind of sand off over the years because I don't like it. From a very young age, I've always wanted to draw anime and I wanted it to look like traditional anime style. You know? Like there's something about, you know, amateur, I guess, like anime illustrations or fan arts that you can tell it's amateur because it doesn't really look very like authentically anime, I guess. Like I don't really know how to put it, but the thing is, I think someone, like one of my friends, I was talking about this with one of my friends kind of recently actually. And I told them like I hate my style. I really wanna change it. I don't want it to look this way because I felt like the way I drew people was, or well, the way I drew anything is way too cartoony. Cartoony in a sense, like Western cartoony style. Like I felt like it's too cartoony and it doesn't look anime enough. But now I guess I'm realizing, you know, it's a combination of my style and also a lack of skill, right? And I don't know. I don't know if it's something that I should embrace. Because I genuinely, I don't really like it, but I have to admit, it is what makes my art more unique, I guess. And my friend who heard this was telling me, or it could have been my brother, I can't remember, but anyway, they told me, well, if you make your art style like generic anime, then your art is gonna look like, you know, everyone else's. You know, it's not gonna be unique anymore. And I thought, is that really what I want? And that made me, I guess, it made me think, you know. You can change it if you want or put in the time. Yeah, but I guess that's true, but to a certain extent, I guess anime as a style it has a specific look. And if, let's say I'm trying to imitate an anime style, I am indirectly trying to, uh, draw in another existing style. Like it's someone else's style that already exists, that has been established to be an anime style. Does that make sense? So in a way, I'm copying someone else's style, so it's not unique anymore. Like I don't know. Sometimes I wonder, like, do I want to be unique, or do I want my art to look more generic? Yeah, I don't know. Just something that I think about. There's aspects to it that only you can do. Yeah. That is true. I mean, you have to get to... I feel like when you're... Well, at least for me, while now that I'm learning to draw anime, I'm at this stage where my art is just beginning to look more generic. But I feel like once I nail down like the foundation and I'm able to confidently draw like anime style proper, I feel like that's when I'll be able to kind of, put my own twists in the way I portray my style, I guess. Think about it this way: your own life experiences and who you are as a person shape the choices you make while drawing. Yeah. Yeah, that's true, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I'm always struggling to find a balance between being unique and looking like what is considered good to a mainstream audience, I guess. Oh, my throat is really going through it. Let me just take a sip of some water. Okay, we're back. Okay. Maybe I'll try to think of what to do with this face. I feel like the face looks kind of weird when I have this curve. I get you like trying to match a certain style. Also makes it so you have a defined ceiling or limit, so to speak. Yeah, I think I get that, Like there's only, I guess, there's only so much you can do with a style that you adopt. And then beyond that, it's kind of up to you to be more creative with it. I really want to get to that, like, to that ceiling, to that point where I can be more creative with my style. All art evolves because of imitation and wanting to copy a certain look, style, sound, etc. That is true. Yeah. We're all just standing on the shoulders of giants, right? Like nobody is truly 100% original. It's just not possible. But, I just want to be one day have people look at my art and have them think, wow, that looks amazing, and I can recognize who drew that. I just want my art to be recognizable eventually. In a good way. Hopefully. Yeah. Mm. Mm-hmm. Does it make sense? Oh, what if I put this circle here too? So I have circles behind both O's. Oh, but this looks weird now. Hmm. I still have so much to learn with respect to graphic design. Oh, this is an even steeper learning curve than illustration. Different people see and feel and value certain elements differently, which adds variety in the art itself so that it's unique. That further influences other people, and that's how styles get shaped. Yeah, it's pretty amazing how so many styles have branched out because they're influenced by, so many different artists and so many different life experiences. Art is truly beautiful. I love art. I love talking about art too. That's why sometimes I feel like I'm pushing myself too much with art sometimes, but I don't know, I just can't help it. Like the prospect of, getting better and developing my own style it's just too kind of like too rewarding for my little, like my little monkey brain. Like I just get rewarded with all the dopamine when I see myself getting better. It just it's too good. Fun things are fun. Indeed, you can say that again. Alright, guys. I think I'm hitting a wall here in terms of design because I feel like, yeah, I feel like I'm not familiar enough with the tool to make much progress, which is unfortunate. I think what I'll do going forward would probably be to create the concept on a software that I'm more familiar with, like what is like Paint Tool or like Procreate, because I feel like trying to conceptualize something on a software that I'm not super familiar with may not have been the smartest idea, but yeah, I kind of underestimated how much I remembered about Illustrator, I think. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. But anyway, I did want to announce something, kind of. So, recently I've had quite a few changes to my living circumstances. And so how do I put this? I've had to kind of rethink, I guess, like my schedule as well as my work. So all this is to say I may be starting commissions soon. So I don't know if anyone's interested, but you can keep a lookout for that. Because, yeah, I'll probably be opening commission slots pretty soon, especially now that I have a lot more time. Yeah, I've wanted to do, like, I've wanted to open commissions for a while now. I just haven't felt, I don't know, like, I guess I haven't felt ready to open commissions, because I always feel like, I need to build, you know, like a bigger portfolio first, blah blah blah. But you know, this time I think it might be time to formally open slots. So yeah, might make a announcement soon about that. Yeah. Yeah, also I kind of need some extra income because of the changing circumstances. So yeah, I might be opening a few slots. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know where I was going with that, but yeah. But anyway, it is getting pretty late for this Manta Kanth. Yeah, but more than that, my throat is kind of screaming for me to stop. I hear you, throat. You will get my money. What? Hey, I'm not saying you have to. I'm just, you know, you guys get first dibs as to, like, you know, hearing about this at least. I'll probably do it on a first come first serve basis when I do officially open. Of course, you know, bearing in mind that, you know, there will be certain things that I will be open to drawing and certain things that I won't. So yeah, yeah, look forward to that. If you do, if you don't care, that's fine too. I'm just pretty excited because it's something that I've wanted to do for the longest time, but yeah, I just keep procrastinating on it. But yeah, because of recent events, I feel like, you know, I think it's time to finally kind of pursue that, I guess. All right, guys. Think I'm gonna brew some warm tea and nurse my throat. And probably get some rest. I do kind of want to work on this off stream for a bit because I'm kind of I'm a little bit annoyed that we didn't get to do more than we could today. But you know, all things considered, it was a fun session. I think we got to chit chat quite a bit, and that makes me quite happy. Even though I didn't get that much work done, but it was fun to talk. So yeah, I hope that you guys managed to enjoy yourself and get some, you know, whatever work done that you needed to do. I hope that you enjoyed listening along, and thank you so much for talking with me. Makes me very warm and fuzzy. The rest of your throat. Thank you for the cozy stream. Thank you for being here. Thank you everyone for being here, and I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. If you're working on stuff, ganbate, you got this. And to those who are watching at night, I hope you have a great evening and a restful one as well. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me, everyone. I will take my leave now, but yeah, good night. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.